Welcome back to Find Love or Die Trying. Hold on. Oh, there we go. Cool. Anyway. Alright. Enough messing around. If you're on the show and you're not an underpaid grunt, come to the front entrance of the mansion. I guess that includes me. I should start heading over. That includes you too, Tara. I can see you playing, you know. You're not the boss of me, Cat. What have I gotten myself into? By the time I got there, Kat and the girls were surrounding a blackboard covered with scribbles and math equations. And that's why Artemis is the perfect soulmate for each of you. I'm sorry, but you just drew a bunch of numbers and symbols that don't mean anything. It's like all the math they show on screen in a movie. Ah, you're late to the party, Artemis. But you're just in time for the first alone time segment. Alone time segment? You can't find your soulmate without having a little alone time together. It's time to pick your first soulmate candidate, one of two lovely ladies you'll get to spend time with this week. So without further ado, who's it going to be? Wait, I have to choose already? I haven't even had the chance to really talk with any of them yet. Don't think of it that way. Think of it more like, well, who do you want to talk to the most right now? Alright, I guess. I'd like to spend today's alone time with, literally the only person who might be able to tell me anything about my past. Yui. Yes! Cough it up, 4. I won the bet. But that was my whole salary. How am I gonna... And great choice, Artemis. I knew I could count on you. Alright, places, people. Let's get this show on the road. Yes, ma'am. And action! The forest to the north of the house was as serene as could be. With each step forward, I felt the soft earth give way beneath my feet, and the wind caress my skin. Green as far as the eye can see, and her, in a flowing white dress, standing in the middle of it all. Hey there, Artemis. What you doing all the way out here? I was looking for you. I was looking for you, Yui. I was hoping we could spend some time together. And consider me the luckiest girl in the whole world. Yui had the kindest giggle, let's try reading this. Yui had the cutest giggle, the kind that instantly put a smile on your face. Well, you found me now. Care to join me for a walk? I'd like that. We started to walk down the forest path together. I couldn't help but be fascinated by her hair, flowing like water in the wind. I doubt you remember, but I'm from way out in the country. I grew up surrounded by animals, nature, you name it. It was just me and my grandma, my 2 little brothers, the alpacas, my bunnies, Bun and Bun Bun, and the chickens, and too many farm animals to count. To answer your question from earlier, nature takes me back home. Do you still live there? Yep, wouldn't have it any other way. Though I had moved to the city for a bit, way back when. You know, that's when I met you. How'd we meet? Well, you know, one thing I hated about the city, is that everyone's in a rush. People just walk by each other as if they're obstacles to get past instead of, well, people. I came to the city alone, didn't know left from right. And I got lost. I swear every building looks the same. You can say that again. I tried to ask people for directions to where I would live or where the school was, but no one would give me the time of day. Except for you. I helped you? Yeah, you didn't even know me, but you took the time to help me figure my way around. Gosh, I'd never been so embarrassed in my life. Why were you embarrassed? You know, shy. We found out later we went to the same high school, but we never talked too much after that. Oh, I'm sorry about that. Oh, it's not your fault, Artemis. I had to move back home pretty soon after anyway. Well, I'm happy I'm getting a second chance to get to know you better, Yui. I feel the same way, Artemis. You're just like how I remember. Well, actually, the whole trying to date 5 guys at a time thing came out of nowhere, but life is full of surprises, I guess. It shouldn't take long to remove them from the equation. Sorry, what did you say? I couldn't hear you. Just a little joke, heh. I was just saying I'm so happy to see you again. Here's to the future. We spent the rest of the day taking in the nature and making up for lost time. Apparently, I was always ending up in trouble back then. I guess not much has changed. Something about Yui made it so easy to open up. I found myself almost telling her the truth about the show several times. Even though I couldn't tell her the whole truth, I could tell her just enough of what was worrying me to make me feel at home and at ease. Whatever's getting you down, I'm sure it'll all be okay. No matter what, I'm on your side, Artemis. I stumbled back to my room and plopped onto my bed. I was just about to close my eyes when I heard a knock at the door. I shuffled over in a haze. Hey there, Artemis. Sorry to bother you this late. It's alright. What's up, Cat? Don't mind me, just gonna make myself real comfortable. Cat walked by me and comfortably sat herself on my bed. Oh my god, you have no idea how much better your beds are compared to the staff. You'd think that the ones actually working here would get treated nicely. I closed the door, then sat facing her on the opposite side of the bed. I'm guessing you're not coming to my room at night to start a workers' union? I wonder, what would you want me to come to your room for instead? I mean, I can think of a few things. You'd think 5 women would be enough for a person. You're incorrigible, Artemis. I thought I was meaning like, oh, you know, so we could talk about TV stuff. Okay, anyway, as the producer, I'm obliged to help you survive until the end of the show. Just until the end of the show, I'm heartbroken. Being your babysitter doesn't pay well enough to make it a long-term gig. I'll be checking in with you each night to let you know how you're doing and to give you some advice here and there. That's nice of you. Thanks, Kat. Well, to be honest, finding a new person to take your place would be a recruiting nightmare. Back to topic. Our audience really loved your date with Yui today. People online can't stop raving about you and Yui. I mean, it's mostly death threats targeted at you, but because they'd want to be in your position, but it's something. Nice to know that the outside world is safer than here. They're just jealous. Most people would dream of having someone like Yui being their soulmate candidate. Then again, it's no fun if this is just the Yui show. We need some drama, love triangles, betrayal. So tomorrow, I want you to find who your other soulmate candidate is and ask them out on a date. I mean, I have to follow the rules of the show, I guess. So, okay, sounds good to me. Really? Since you had such a great day with Yui, I'm surprised you agreed so easily. Well, it's a bit weird, but at the end of the day, this is a TV show. You need ratings to survive. You're exactly right. And more specifically, you need those ratings to survive, or they'll axe the show before the last day. What happens to me if that happens? Well, it'd be as if you didn't end up with anyone at the end of the show. Ah, got it. Well, that's simple enough. I'm impressed at how well you took that. Have you been on a life or death killing dating show before? Can't say that I have. Well, that's pretty much what I needed to tell you before tomorrow. It's getting late and we both got big days tomorrow. How about we call it a night? Sounds good to me. If it's worth anything, I'm sorry. I'll see you tomorrow. Good night, Artemis. Good night, Kat. She left my room, closing my door behind her. I went back to laying on my bed and closed my eyes. I kept thinking about Yui before I slept. The sound of waves crashing against the shore. Hey! I can hear a woman's voice call out to me within a dream. You probably can't hear me in there, but... I try to respond, but no words come out. Artemis, promise me one thing. Don't forget. Don't you dare forget. You promised. Promises are unbreakable, right? That's what you told me. You promised. But you lied, didn't you? Oops! In the morning, the girls and I decided to hang out in the garden outside the house. Oh wow, there's all kinds of flowers here that I've never seen here before. Really? You've never seen a tulip? Grandma and I only grew hyacinths back home, so nope. Not even on the internet? And I thought I had to get out more. I can believe that. The only flowers I ever work with are Venus flytraps. What do you do with those? Well, we do a lot of experiments at the lab. Don't you ever find yourself thinking, wouldn't it be cool to make a Venus flytrap that could walk and talk? Literally never. It's whatever. She ran away 2 years ago. Both my neighbors lost their pet cats the same day too. I miss you, Fluffy. You sure they were lost? Tea's ready! Thanks, Violet. I got a cup for everybody. The aroma from the tea really worked up my appetite. I have prepared some treats for us as well. Please enjoy. We spent the rest of the morning eating delicious treats and sipping on delicious tea, as we theorized what might have happened to Fluffy. We're missing... Where's... Allie, the blonde one. Personally, my money's on the felines being the culprits. Even every cat I've met has had nasty surprise up their sleeve. Oh, there you are, Artemis. I've been looking for you. It's time to decide who's your other soulmate candidate. You remember what we discussed yesterday, right? How could I forget? It's not like I've ever forgotten anything important before, except for, well, everything. Save the snark for whatever poor girl you end up seeing today. Ow, that stings. It'll be just between your two soulmate candidates from here on out, so choose wisely. If we are not chosen within these first 2 days, what are we to do instead? Well, we are in a tropical paradise. Think of the rest of the show as a vacation. It's not like you're losing anything. Soulmates aren't real anyway. Not much for romance, are you, Cat? How could you tell? Wait a minute, Cat. Will we be splitting up the group after today? Nope, don't worry. You'll still be able to hang out together. And who knows where that'll go? Ooh, good to know my battle plans will still come in handy. Cough. I mean, friendship plans. Good to know I still get to see my new friends. Yes, sir. So without further ado, Artemis, who's the unlucky girl? I'd like to spend some time today with, okay. I'm curious why Allie wasn't here, so let's see if we can ask about that. Probably not, but I have to pick somehow. So that's what I'm going with. Allie. We'll make it happen. Let's get the cameras rolling, people. We're in for a bumpy ride. Now be a dear and give us a minute to set up the scene, How I let Allie talk me into this, I'll never know. You sure this is a good idea? There's only one way to find out, isn't there? Allie grabbed my hand and pulled me toward the slope of the hill. Relax, Artemis. What's the worst that could happen? Well, I could die. Would it be too much to be on a TV show that didn't end up with me dead? Don't worry, I've got you. Oh shoot! Allie slipped on her rollerblades, pulling me down the hill with her. I tried to step back up on reflex, but it was all I could do to stand up with the rollerblades. Oh We started rolling down the hill, faster and faster and faster. Allie was rolling down the hill backwards at full speed. I could see panic in her eyes. I couldn't figure out how to stop. We were going faster and faster. I screamed. Allie laughed and pointed at me. Gosh, your face is priceless. I love it. Allie turned around effortlessly and somehow glided next to me without ever having let go of my hand. Our breakneck pace became slower and slower as she steered us back and forth repeatedly. Before I knew it, we were gliding down the road smoothly. The wind felt so nice. Now you've got the hang of it. You've got a funny way of teaching. The best way to teach a bird is throwing it off a cliff, no? That's definitely a way of looking at it. Don't worry about it. You weren't ever in danger. Have you been rollerblading for a long time? Nope. I actually just learned how to today. What was that about never being in danger? Shh. You're quite the daredevil, aren't you? What gave that away? She laughed as she slapped me on the back. You know, you're a pretty quick learner. You picked up rollerblading almost as fast as I did. Well, I've got a pretty great teacher. It's a lot of fun hanging out with you, Allie. Shucks, I feel the same way, Artemis. It's great to be around someone willing to go on an adventure. She's getting slowly more and more southern, like Texas accent as we go. Ignore that. Or don't. The world's gone crazy. We're all gonna die. You might as well be around people that make life worth living. I couldn't have said it better myself. You know, I bet you can't skate backwards. Allie reversed and started skating backwards, as if to taunt me. Oh? Why is that? I just think it's a bit too scary for a person who screams when they start going down a little bump. I'm Artemis, and I can't handle a little bump. Ah, help me. Come on, it was a hill. Yeah. I felt a fire light inside me. Bring it on, Allie. Oh, are you sure? Did I stutter? There comes a time in every person's life when we know we're taking a stupid bet, but do it anyway. Power of misplaced confidence and adrenaline, I jumped high into the air and did a 360 rotation. Wait, am I spinning or is the world spinning? I'm not sure. Then it dawned on me. Oh, No, I won't let you kill Artemis. What? You're gonna wish we had. What the heck? You're up. You okay, Artemis? Try not to move. You're a little banged up right now, but you'll be just fine in no time. Kat and I treated your injuries pretty well, if I do say so myself. What happened? You, well, skated backwards. We're defining skating quite liberally, huh? How'd I get here? I carried you here. Oh man, my head. Take it easy. It's only been a few hours since you KO'd yourself. Well, it's sort of my fault, but I made you some food. It should help you get your strength back up quick. Thanks, Allie. That's really nice of you. Don't expect something that Violet would make. All I can promise is that the food is probably healthier than my last suggestion before you knocked yourself out. I'll take my chances. I took a bite of the food cautiously. God, I'm dying. For a moment, Allie was wide-eyed with shock and horror. Haha, I'm just messing with you. The food's delicious. Thanks, Allie. I just figured I'd get a little bit of payback. You know, no one forced you to jump. She laughed and slapped me on the shoulder, then ran her hand through my hair and scratched it. I found myself smiling and admiring the blue of her eyes that I can't currently see because they're closed. I'm looking forward to our next adventure, Artemis. But promise not to be too stupid again, okay? I'll try my best, but people can't help but do stupid things to impress a pretty girl. I guess impressed is what we'll call it. We spent the rest of the day making fun of each other for how stupid we were being. Somehow, someway, Allie could take the ordinary and turn it into an adventure. I was laughing so hard that I could barely feel any pain. Before I knew it, it was nighttime, and that's where we're gonna end the episode. Bye-bye!